Hi everybody. I decided today I was going to just do a cute little vlog. My kids have a lot of books, and when we moved I put those books in a box, just like so many of my other books. And I decided that it was time to get the bookshelves out of my office, the really small dinky old bookshelves that I've had forever and ever, and move them into my son's room and start putting the books on the shelves in here for them to use. So my daughter will come in here, use the books. My son will be able to use the books. And I have this kind of cute little castle back here that they fill with pillows and blankets and things, and they like to just kind of cozy up in there with like their Kindles or whatever. So I decided that let's try and ditch the Kindles for this school year starting, and let's try and get them reading more. And the best way to do that is to have the books out, and so they can get a hold of them. And so what I'm thinking of doing is organizing the books by genre and then by author last name. So I'll see how that works out. I'll see if it's like visually appealing, pleasing to me. I think I might take a couple of their toys and like stick them in with the books too. So here are, oh, sorry, bad camera operation here. Pardon the shaking. Pardon the shaking. So here are the books, and here is one of the bookshelves. I'm gonna go get the other one that's still in my office. And then I was also thinking of maybe throwing some on top of his little toy chest here. But I also have this bookshelf that we've kind of been using for whatever. And I'm thinking about going ahead and maybe stacking some up in there as well, if I've run out of room in the two smaller bookshelves. Maybe just on the bottom row, and continue to put some of his toys and kind of odd things on the other shelves. But we will see. I may be inspired just to, throw more onto that bookshelf and kind of space things out with maybe some toys and stuff in between. So that will be it, and I'm going to film myself as we go. All right, that's both of the bookshelves. So now, let's see if we can get started here. And I'm not really quite sure where. That's good, okay. Not really sure where to start, but let me get my phone. And I'm going to be listening to Great Expectations. I decided I would go with the audiobook and also read it as well and annotate as I listen. So I'll probably listen to some of it and go back and read it later. So let's do this.
Casting off her bonnet in sudden desperation. Here I stand talking to Mayor Mooncalf.
Yes, we own these.
Waiting, and the mayor
They are
at the door, and the boy crying with crop and dirt from the hair of it.
Yes, we own these. My parents used to read these to me when I was younger. I don't really read them to my kids yet because they don't really understand them. However, I think they are very interesting books. They came from a very different culture back in the day, so I have kept them just for me to remember. So I may actually put these in a different place. I haven't decided yet, but I used to love this. I used to love it a lot, and I know that especially the story of the tar baby is pretty taboo now because of the racist undertones of it, but it is what it is. It was a very, very different time when the originals of these came out. So there you go.
Rather simple, until I really was quite persuasive.
Loved this book.
With the Rigi down one by one without throwing any light.
This is one of my kids'
I was going to
favorite
his
books.
actions. And what?
So if you ever see this one, pick it up. It is hilarious. Cute animals operating heavy machinery. They build a castle. Isn't that hilarious? It's so big. Where's the actual like machinery? I mean, some of this is just so funny. A giant bulldozer. A helicopter. Welding. I mean, it's just the cutest freaking book. I absolutely love it. So this is an antique. It's very old. My parents owned it, and when they passed away, we had to go through a lot of their stuff. And I just remember my parents reading me this story, and you know, being as young as I was, I didn't, you know, you have no idea the racist undertones of this. It was supposed to be about a little boy in India. Well, they were kind of portrayed not correctly, and it's just kind of an odd story. But I kept it because I thought if nothing else, maybe one day this will be a collector's thing and somebody would pay a lot of money for it. Who knows? But I mean, it does hold some memories for me, so I went ahead and kept it, just like I kept the Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox. I actually have this in another edition as well, also an antique. This one was 1961. And I think the other one I have was maybe produced in the 50s or older. I have to find it. But yeah, I was just surprised I found this in here because I actually won't read this to my kids, but I just keep it for the memories. So I got this at Barnes & Noble several years ago, the Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I love it so much. It's part of the Illustrated Junior Library editions. Yeah. So these have copies of the prints by John Tenniel in it, who's probably the most famous Alice in Wonderland illustrator. And I just enjoy it very much. And I think I'll end up reading this again, so I'm going to set this one to the side. Also kind of set it to the side so my kids don't beat it up, because I want to keep this in decent condition. So I think that this one's going in my library pile.
Growing in every crevice.
Pat the bunny!
Communication with it, and the wooden gates of that lane stood open, and all the brewery beyond stood open, away to the high enclosing wall.
Now you, Pat the bunny.
Was empty and disused. The cold wind seemed.
Just trying to figure out which printing of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz this is, or the Wizard in Oz.
Had been white long ago, and had lost.
So I think this is the 1980 edition, so it's not the old edition. But I do think that I'm gonna put this one in my stack of my things to keep.
More difficult to be done under the
This is the one.
I sometimes have sick.
This is the edition of Little Black Sambo that is the most troublesome. And let me see, what year was this one printed? Oh, they did. They did it all in Roman numerals. They did it all in Roman numerals for the year of printing. I'm guessing this is the later edition, the oldest or the newest date. I can't tell. Let's see what this is. NCN. Ah, 1955. The first printing of this. 1925. So this is probably the 1950 edition. Which, I mean, I guess by then it still was pretty commonplace. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm not even going to show you guys these. This is, yeah, this is something I will not share with my children. It's going in my antique books and probably not going to see the light of day unless somebody wants to purchase it off of me for some astronomical price. We shall see. cannot tell you how many times I read this as a kid. I love Dr. Seuss a lot. Oh gosh, this I remember reading a ton. So many Christmas books in my house. It was ridiculous. Bear books by Eric Carle and Bill Martin Jr. Probably should go in the books with the animal stories. So I kind of have separated them out by nursery rhymes and stuff that's collections of stories. Then this one's animal stories or stories primarily about animals. And then this one I've put into kind of just stories, different types of stories, not necessarily having to do with animals, but just different like bedtime story type of books. I guess they made a new version of that. Give a mouse a brownie instead of if you give a mouse a cookie. Well, they'll have to go together.
Well,
Got a few.
break his heart.
Pete the cat.
Would you, Playboy?
the pictures of it are
Mr. Pumblechook then
fantastic.
turned me towards him as if he were going to cut my hair.
And then I
said,
remember some of the stories.
To get our thoughts in order, 43 pence. I calculated the consequence of...
I remember some of the stories being just kind of scary almost. I think there were some of them in here that were just not, you know, not completely kid appropriate, but look at those illustrations. And it's every page. Every page has something pretty on it. And they just look like these big doe-eyed children in these fantastic costumes. You know, eating cherries. I mean, he don't even drew little dogs. They're just so cute. Little ponies. Little old women. And it's a bunch of little children's rhymes. Cute little picture there too. Sorry, my battery died. So anyway, that was the Dean's Mother Goose copy. And I mean, oh, these are just so pretty. This is the one we had cut off of. Anyway, I have like 15 minutes before I gotta go get my kids. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of hurry, toss these on the shelf, and then I will alphabetize them later. So I think I'll record myself a little bit more just throwing them up on the shelf, but then I will be back after doing all of that.
about Joe.
Okay.
Sorry, there weren't a flag bit.
Awesome.
Whether that might be or might be is a thing that can't be looked into now then.
So, it looks like it wasn't as many books as I was afraid it was going to be. So that's good. And I will be able to just use the 2 shelves. I may even just consolidate down to 1 shelf, 1 bookshelf unit, but I kind of like having the 2. So what I'm going to do is go get my kids because it's time, and then when I come back, I will show you it a bit more organized, alphabetically, and with some probably cute little toys interspersed in it for just visual appeal. They'll tear it up right away. I have no doubt. My children will tear up my hard work right away, but we will see. Hopefully they'll understand that the books belong on the shelf, and don't leave them all around the room. But I'm not kidding myself. They're going to leave them all around the room. Anyway, we'll see you all in a bit. Okay, so this is the result of the children's books being put on their shelves. I'm pretty happy with it. So going from the top left is the kitty books, the baby books, the board books, just the things that are real easy, the beginner books to start with. This one was one of my favorites when my daughter was really little, Sir Prancelot. And then after that, we have these little tiny board books, and then some of the larger board books. And then after that, I put some of the little stories, Pat the Bunny, and little collections that I had. So here are the Berenstain Bears books in here. And then after that, the little golden books that we have, which some of them are kind of random little golden books. Then my son's favorite rescue trucks, I thought would be fun to stick out on the shelf there. And then we had a couple of little religious books that we've had for a long time. I don't think they were mine though. I think they were my husband's. Then down here we did the nursery rhymes and all of the collections of little nursery rhyme type books, and nursery story collections. And then there was this Tickle Monster Laughter Kit book that comes with these paws in it. And I thought that would be really good on the end here since it's just a stout box. So there's that. And then going over the other shelf, a few more board books. These are just kind of different stories, not collections of stories, but different like one-offs. So Goodnight Moon, Harold the Purple Crayon, that one. Oh no! Man down, hold on. Alright, we're back. So, one-off stories right here. The cute animals operating heavy machinery. I love the colors, so I just stuck it out. And a couple of little toys on the end. And then down here I did animal books. Things that, focus specifically on the animals. So, Strange Animals, Jigsaw, Ocean, Strange Animals of the Sea. We have a few other pop-up books around the house that are similar to these National Geographic pop-up books. So when I find those, I will add them to this place down here. And then I put the little fish here because this was one of the first gifts I was given when I got pregnant, was that little fish. from my work, so I thought that was kind of special. And then on top of the shelves, I didn't put any more books, but I put my son's favorite die-cast cars and, you know, the space shuttle, things that he likes to play with there. And then I put his little favorite books here, so that he could just easily get them. I love these little puppet books. You know, the baby tiger, and then Itsy Bitsy Spider. So they're just super cute. Okay, so anyway, that's the kids' bookshelves. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in another video soon.